Redskins.
Going Redskins.
Yeah.
Going to go Redskins.
Matt's
on that
the
one.
only one that went against the flow. He's picking the Titans.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He might know something we don't know. I don't know.
I highly doubt that. He's a Cowboys fan.
I think the Redskins are better than they're playing. I think there's a lot of turmoil right now. I don't know if RG3 is a distraction or not. He might be.
I think he is.
I think he is. I think he's trying to be a leader. I think he's nervous. I think if I were Cousins, that I would play this year, get a bunch of good stats, and then I would be shopping myself around.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I don't think I would be. I don't think I'd be a Redskin.
That are going to pick him up and pay him more than the Redskins are going to pay him.
Yep.
They're going to have a contract year in the same year, so it's which one do you pay, or you don't pay either. And they're going to probably pay RG3 just strictly based off of the fact that they drafted him that high. I don't agree with it.
I don't either because I don't think. I
don't think they're both that good, but Cousins is better if I had to pick one.
Well, RG3 hasn't done anything yet but make a bunch of commercials. And, I mean, I think he'll be around for one more season. I think the Redskins shop out Cousins. I think RG3 plays maybe 10 games next year, gets hurt again, and then he's done.
Yeah.
And then the Redskins will be without a quarterback.
I hate to say it, Sam, but we're teetering on the edge of Sam Bradford syndrome.
Yeah.
They
don't want to let go because
the territory we're flirting with now.
And what I would do is I'd keep Cousins, I'd shop RG3, get a boatload of picks.
Yeah.
and I would do a Jimmy Johnson.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's what I would do. But hey, it's none of my business. Kansas City at San Diego. I can't bet against the Chargers, man. I don't know what they're drinking down there. I don't know what's going on. I can't do it. Not at home.
I feel like I'm saying it every week, but go Chargers, go.
Yeah.
Like there's they're the real deal.
They are just absolutely tearing it up. Matt's the only one that went Chiefs.
Chiefs are scary, but I like San Diego's defense is a lot better than I think people give it credit for. So,
well, I think the Chiefs are going to surge in the late season. Right now, Chargers are on. Man, they're rolling. They're rolling.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Then let's see, is this a late game? No, it's not the late game. It's just a 3:00 game. New York Giants travel to Dallas. Giants don't play well in Dallas, and the Cowboys are playing on a level I haven't seen. Well, they still got a couple more games with that running back, so I got to go with the boys. Sorry.
Yeah, I hate to say it, you have to go Cowboys.
Yeah, you got to. The Giants just don't have it. They're just not there.
I'm so glad Nate did not hear me say that.
He's listening right now. He's listening right now. He had.
I'm sure he is.
He's got his little earpiece in.
Nate.
Nate. Butthole.
Right. He means well. He's just a misguided Cowboys fan. We can't blame him for that.
It happens. Arizona at Oakland, Cardinals.
Yeah, Cards.
Oakland is just bad. They're bad on so many levels. It's sad that the Raiders organization has, because it used to be the Raiders. I mean, they wouldn't win everything, but it was a game. They were for a while through the 70s and all the way into the mid 80s to the late 80s or maybe even early 90s. They were the winningest franchise in NFL history.
Oh yeah,
and they erased that record pretty quick in the last couple of weeks, a couple of decades. I mean, they're bad. They're just bad. They're not good.
No, they're not.
So I did not pick the San Antonio Raiders.
Okay.
What? I'm sorry, I say that out loud. So we got Cardinals across the board there. So the San Antonio Raiders will not win. San Francisco at Denver Broncos.
Broncos.
Yep. Matt got cocky. He got 13. Matt had 12-1-1, but 12-1-2. But I counted the tie for everybody as a win.
Okay.
So he's actually won last week with 13-2.
Well, I appreciate you giving me the 1-game boost on my terrible record last
it's
week.
a tie. You can't penalize somebody for that. You got to. And I gave it to everybody, so it was fair. So.
We've already been over this tie. I'm not a fan of it.
I hate the tie. Got to bring back the sudden death is where it's at. I mean, you get a clear-cut winner,
or play it till it's over.
Yeah, or like they were trying to do is not sudden. Yeah, well, what they were trying to do is kind of a college-style hybrid, where you'd kick the ball off, but if you scored a touchdown in an extra point, you won. But if you kicked a field goal, then the other team would have a chance to win.
I think that's the way it is now.
That's what I'm talking about. They're doing a college hybrid. The problem is that they only give them 1 quarter to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of a quarter, if neither team breaks the tie, it's a tie, and I don't believe in that because you've just played another 30 minutes. I mean, 30 to 35 minutes. Because quarters in football last between, they're 15-minute quarters. They'll last between 25 and 40 minutes, depending on if it's a pass, or if there's scoring, all this other stuff. So you just got to play that till it wins, man. You got to. What I would do is this: give each team a possession. Give each team a possession.
Even if
do the best that you can with that possession, and then after you get your shot, sudden death.
Yeah, okay. I like that.
You know what I'm saying? So if I go out and play, if I get the ball and I score either a field goal or a touchdown, if the other team fails to score, game's over.
Yeah,
but if the other team ties it, then the next possession is sudden death.
Yeah, next score wins.
Yeah, next score wins, and then just play till you score.
Yeah,
that's the way I would do it. Because you got to put sudden death back in there. What they were saying is that since I think it was like 80% of the teams that got the ball first won, so it was kind of like you won on the coin flip.
Yeah.
But, okay, so give the other team a shot, and if they can't match up, they lose. It's real simple.
Yeah, they need to. Of all the things that they try to figure out with football, that's one thing that they've definitely missed.
They're trying to get all crazy with it.
They missed their mark on the overtime. Because, they tried to fix it because nobody was happy with it. And then the answer, we still have ties. So I'm just need to do away with the tie.
Yep, do away with the tie.
Save me some headache and extra stress when I'm trying to figure out who gets a wild card and who doesn't. You throw a tie in there, it makes it a little bit more confusing.
I don't get it. I don't get it. And those players that played their heart out for the entire game are like, why? You ended the game 0-0.
Have you heard that Pac-Man Jones interview after that Bengals game? He was not happy with the fact that Nugent missed that field goal at the end of overtime to win them the game. He was not okay with it. Because he played a long game. And, granted, field goal kickers are a part of the team, but he had something to say about me playing 5 quarters worth of football, and this guy missed 2 kicks.
Yeah.
I'm not okay with that guy. And within reason, he has every right to say that, and everybody has a right to be mad about that.
Well, yeah, because you stand around on the sidelines the entire freaking game. You got one job. Oh, yeah. And you're a pro, so it doesn't mean you miss a whole lot. There better be like a wind factor. It better be pouring down rain. You know what I mean? Especially as far out as he was kicking it from like 30 yards out. That's a chip shot.
It was a chip shot.
That's popping it onto the green and putting it 3 inches from the hole. What the hell?
Yeah.
And you're a professional kicker. You got to get it. You got to get through the uprights. Now the last one's Monday night. It's Houston and Pittsburgh. I guess this was a good matchup to somebody, but it's just not a good matchup. They're in Pittsburgh. I got to give the nod to the Texans. They're a young team. They're getting it figured out. They're playing tough football.
Yeah, it's Texans. They don't really have a quarterback in Fitzpatrick, but their running game's solid, and Steelers are terrible right now.
Do you think Manziel will be at the Texans next year?
I think that they wish they had Manziel. I don't think he'll be on the Texans, but I think Manziel will maybe be somewhere else. We'll see where that goes. That's a whole nother conversation.
Hoyer's killing
We'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, but Hoyer's killing it, dude.
Exactly, and if Hoyer's killing it, he's on a contract year. They're going to have to pay him, and if they pay him, then they wasted a first-round pick.
8 for 17, 217 yards.
And if they wasted a first-round pick, they're going to have to trade Manziel to somebody. And it's what's the market for Manziel?
Well, if I were Cleveland, Manziel's the RG3. Manziel's the Jimmy Johnson. You know how much you can get for him? I would keep Hoyer because he's doing well, and he's a leader. He's got the offense behind him. I would trade Manziel to the Texans for high picks and players to be named later.
Yeah, like conditional picks.
Conditional picks because the Texans they're desperate. They need a quarterback. They can't.
I think that Malik could be that guy if he gets his attitude in check. Malik's really good. He has the intangibles. He's just an ass, and that's his problem.
Well, that's
if he's an ass.
See,
but he's really good.
See, that's the intangible, though. That's the intangible. You can have all the physical ability. You can have a great arm. You can have all that crap. But if you're a dick and you can't bring your locker room together, I mean, that's what bit T.O. Well, T.O. really wasn't all that great. No, I'm just going to lay that out there.
I'm an Eagles fan, and I hate him, but
listen. He wasn't all that great. He had a bunch of high-profile games. And then every team he went to, no matter what his stats were, his number one stat is he tore those teams apart.
Oh, yeah, but, I mean, you're talking about a guy who's one of, like, 4 or 5 people to score over 100 touchdowns. That's a big deal. I mean,
it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal if you're tearing your team down.
No, absolutely. I mean, take it from an Eagles fan. He took us to the Super Bowl, and then we were in the pits afterwards. I'm just saying, like, he had an impact, and T.O.'s first ballot Hall of Fame written all over him just statistically. Now, stats aren't necessarily a reflection of leadership or winning. You can ask Tony Romo about that, but at the same time, like you can't turn your nose up at those stats. Those stats and sabermetrics are exactly that, and sometimes the proof is in the numbers. And with T.O., like he was just too good for everybody. Like, but he was a dick, and that was his downfall. He would turn locker rooms against each other, but would be getting 12 to 15 touchdown grabs a season doing it.
Yeah.
Which is why he stayed everywhere so long.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so happy when he was an Eagle, and I was so angry whenever I hated him whenever we got rid of him. Oh, I loved him when we brought him in. Like everybody did, we thought we could be the ones.
To harness him. To
never happened.
Make him not a jackass.
Yeah.
Well, there's the picks. Everybody out there listening, I hope you wrote yours down. Tweet me throughout the week. Next week, I'll add you. If you tweet me at ArmedRadio1, hashtag it Armed Radio, and I'll add you to the mix here. Joe, it's always a pleasure having you on. I need to have you back in the studio again. How's the film going?
Man, it's going good. We went to California a couple weeks ago, got back, did a DNA test. I'm waiting for the results on that, and then whenever I get those, I will let you know, and I'll be able to tell you exactly what race I am, which is kind of exciting, and it'll probably connect me to a bunch of family trees I didn't know exist, and then I'll start searching for names and working my way down till I find my parents' names.
Wait a minute, you're not Chinese?
No, I mean, well, actually, technically, my birth certificate says I'm Vietnamese American. And you've met me, so I don't know if that's 100% true, but I feel like there's a little bit of a lie in there, so we'll find out. I'll be able to tell you pretty soon.
That's right, we did talk about that. You are half, I was trying to be funny, you are half Asian.
Yeah,
Vietnamese.
Legally, yeah.
Yeah.
With a year-round tan and an afro. Yeah.
Hey, it pulls the lady. Hey, what can you say? It pulls the ladies.
Yeah, all I said about I'm the blackest Vietnamese person you've ever met in your life.
All right, Joe. We will see you next week. New showtime. Yeah. Remember, it's 9 p.m. You're the only one that remembered. 9
p.m. I'm just going to change my reminder. I got you, man. I appreciate it, Mike.
All right, brother.
Talk to you soon.
Talk to you later. Joe Huggins, Huggy Bear, with the picks. We're going to be back after these messages. You're listening to the Armed Radio Global Network. I'm Mike Allen. And you're on the air.